All right, now it's time to get into our final segment, one of my favorite segments on here, and that is the top 5. So, we're celebrating the holidays, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. In order to do that, our top 5 has to be holiday themed. What is the theme of our top 5 this December?
I had it as cards that reflect the meaning of Christmas.
Okay. All right.
Which can be a little subjective to people.
And yes, I want to go ahead and hold you to that because the first one on my list is definitely subjective.
Well, and I've got to say mine goes from a little more in order of more cynical to sincere.
That is perfect. That is probably how I have things here too. And I can't wait to see if we have some stuff that lines up. Essentially anything that you can think of that involves the Christmas season, whether it be the giving of gifts or the rush to the store, something along those lines, then that might have a home here in our top 5. So I'll start out.
Okay.
All right. So number 5, my first entry on the list here is Loki.
Huh. Okay.
You remember the time when you peeked at your friend's presents and felt a pang of envy?
Ah.
Well,
hey, there you go.
Loki is your guy to get you those same gifts, but at a discount. Because who doesn't love a good deal during the holidays? There you go. That's my number 5. I'm surprised. I was like, man, Loki's got to be on there. Loki is not on the list. All right,
that's pretty good. Loki didn't make my list. That's good. You might have given this one a little more thought than I did. I like that.
All right,
but Jesse, as much as you might be envious of your friend's gift, sometimes we get gifts that we just don't want. You just kind of have to smile and be polite.
Okay,
and maybe a shirt or a tie that you wouldn't have picked out, or maybe a rock. So that's why my number 5 is debris.
That's perfect.
Giving you the gifts you didn't really want or need.
That's great.
I said, that's cynical. Christmas is not about the gifts. And usually if someone took the time to give you a gift, you should be appreciative.
It's the truth.
Because chances are that they actually did think about you.
I love that. I had debris down as a bonus, like I almost had a few for honorable mentions, but I just went with one honorable mention, and that was debris. And I put in a holiday themed game, nobody wants a rock for Christmas. And debris, and seriously, debris, could you have thought to bring some tinsel or Santa hats instead? Rocks are so last minute stocking stuffers. Not the embodiment of Christmas joy.
I just will give them a card saying you made a donation in their name to the Human Fund.
What's a Seinfeld reference, if I remember correctly.
Go.
Yeah. All right. That's our number 5. All right. I'll let you go with number 4.
And again, this is not the nicest Christmas way of thinking, but if you get a gift you don't want, sometimes might get some guests you don't want. Like Cousin Eddie. Or the Green Goblin.
Right.
Green Goblin played on my side, comes over to your side.
Right.
Wears that as welcome. I feel bad about that. I honestly can't think of family member or somebody I wouldn't want. And if you do feel that way, it's Christmas time. Think it over. Maybe try to help your heart grow 3 sizes that day. But nevertheless, when you pitch this one, I thought of Cousin Eddie in Christmas Vacation. Some people coming over that maybe you're not too excited.
Yeah, it's about, I don't know, 80% of the people I spend Christmas with.
Or like been listening to some Christmas music, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Christmas All Over, talks about his relatives. Yeah, I kind of missed him. I just don't want to kiss him.
Perfect. So Green Goblin is your number 4. Okay. All right. My number 4. She might not be the poster child for positive vibes in the game, but hey, she's still giving your opponent something. That's technically a gift, right?
Yes.
It's the thought that counts, even if it's a venomous thought with Viper.
There you go.
My number four being Viper. Yes, she's always in a given mood. She's perfect for the holiday season. So,
and sometimes she gives an unexpected gift if you aren't careful where you play her.
That's true. So I guess it'd be my turn for number three.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me if this is on your list. Dazzler.
No.
Okay. All right. Here's my justification.
Okay.
If there's one thing that screams Christmas cheer, it's the joy of togetherness. And who better to brighten up a room when everyone gathers than our dazzling friend right here, Dazzler. She's like the Christmas tree. The more, the merrier, and she shines brighter with every new face in the crowd. Of course, her ability is to gain power when the other lanes, correct, are filled.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, she's happy, she's smiling, she just continues to get brighter and may even brighten your day by helping you win a game because everybody has showed up to the Christmas party. There you go. That is my number three. What is your number three, Evan Bevins?
I wish I'd thought of that because Dazzler is one of my favorite X-Men. I unironically love Dazzler.
I had to work her. I had to actually twist that one in there. I was like, I've got to make this one work.
That's good. That's great. You're putting me to shame on this list. That's good. That's good, and that's more positive than a lot of my entries. This one, we're turning the corner. We're more neutral on this one.
Okay, all right.
Not negative, but I don't know if it's necessarily the positive aspect. But Dave Barry, you ever heard of Dave Barry?
Oh, it sounds familiar. Who is that?
Pulitzer Prize-winning humorist, humor columnist for the Miami Herald, nationally syndicated. Our papers around here used to carry him. Hilarious guy. I remember he was once writing about Christmas and talking about, especially as people understandably didn't want to enforce a religious viewpoint or whatever, he said aliens who come visit school Christmas programs might think we worship the weather because a good portion of Christmas songs are just about the cold and the snow.
That's true.
Let it snow. Baby, it's cold outside, which is problematic for a whole other set of reasons. White Christmas. Okay, that's more about Christmas. But my number three card is Iceman.
Iceman. I almost worked him into this list, and I did not. It's perfect, though. Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, that's it. In his earliest incarnation in the comics, and I believe there's a variant to this effect, he looked more like a snowman than an Iceman.
Yes, I remember that.
It's just a thing of white fluff in boots in his earliest appearances. And a lot of people think of cold weather, ice and snow, and so he's one that I think would come to mind when you think about Christmas.
I like it. I think that's right. That's great. All right, then. You've got number two here. What's your number two on this list?
So that's something that's associated with Christmas. When you think about the real meaning of Christmas, I think there's few cards and characters that point to that more than the angel.
The angel. Okay. All right.
Not the chibi archangel.
No.
But the white wings, the halo on the suit, that's an outdated costume. You don't see that a lot anymore, but I love that version because the reason for the season.
That's right.
Was announced by the angels.
That's right.
Some 2,000 years ago. And we sing about them in all the not all, but in a lot of non-weather related Christmas carols. Angels we have heard on high. Angels from the realms of glory. Hark the angels named Harold sing. Wait.
Good old Harold.
So, yeah, that if you're thinking about the true meaning of Christmas, the birth of Christ, the angels are the ones who told us all about it.
There you go. That's
good. They didn't have to have any other cards destroyed to arrive on the scene.
That's true. Good pick. So my number two, this one might take you by surprise. We've really only overlapped on one, but really the one that we overlapped on didn't make my list. It was just a bonus. Mm-hmm. So we're coming down to it here. And I'm really, really wondering if we both thought of the same thing for number one, but I don't think we did that for number two.
I will be shocked if we thought of the same thing for number one.
Oh, really?
But the fact that you think we might have makes me think that I missed something either really good or really obvious or both.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about number two here. So my number two, this guy might be a bit mad, but come Christmas, he's mad about giving. Two cards. 2 cards to you, sir. Consider it a double dose of Yuletide cheer. Merry Christmas indeed. If he's more Grinchy the rest of the year, even if he's more Grinchy than the rest of the year, it's Maximus. Maximus gives your opponent 2 cards. There you go. The spirit of giving, but he's a bit crazy. He's a bit crazy.
I will tell you, I thought you were referring to 2 different cards other than Maximus. Yeah, when you said mad about giving, I thought of the Hulk. But I know Maximus the Mad. I went for the more obvious one, not the deeper cut. And then when you said give 2 cards, I thought Master Mold.
Oh yeah, that would have been. See, again, I was stuck in the whole lane of what cards do I own versus what's out there that I don't own, and I did not. So
well, Master Mold, Viper, Debris, they all kind of, and Maximus, they all kind of. I guess we could have just gone top 5 of the worst gift givers in Snap.
True, that's the truth. All right, well there you go. That's my number 2. I want to describe my number 1.
Okay.
And then we'll see if you can guess who it is.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
She may not have all the bells and whistles herself, but boy, does she know how to make an impact on her pals. She embodies this true spirit of selfless giving, reminding us that even the smallest gestures can mean the world. Can you narrow that down? Who is it?
Is it Ironheart?
It is indeed Ironheart. Ironheart
is good.
As my number 1.
I wish Ironheart had been on my list. I guess I was a little too cynical or too distracted or both.
She was the first that I thought of because I was like, okay, she comes out, she has 0 power. She doesn't matter to you at all. But she is helping everybody out that she can. And even when Odin shows up or Wong shows up, she's still usually stuck at a 0. But man, is she out there helping everybody else. So I was like,
that's good.
Yeah, that's what I went. That's what I went with. My number 1, Ironheart. All right, now we didn't have any overlap. I'm really surprised here. So what's your number 1?
Yeah, it's going to be tough to beat Ironheart. That's really good. I don't know. I came up with this list kind of quick. I tweaked it a little bit. Honestly, at one point I had Venom on there to symbolize overeating around the holidays. I bumped him off. One of my kids suggested Groot as a Christmas tree.
Ooh, yes.
Emma Frost, I kind of dropped off because I had Iceman.
Yeah.
No, mine goes back to the true meaning of the season. I didn't write this down well, and I didn't consult with my brother, who's a seminary graduate. So I'll try to put this in the right words. But when the Messiah came, a lot of people were expecting a great, powerful military leader, someone who would bust some heads and overthrow the world order and things like that. And instead, he was a little baby in a small town. And nobody really quite knew what to expect. They didn't think anything would come significant would come of this event. Just like you wouldn't think a 1-cost 2-power card could swing the outcome of an entire game of Snap.
Oh no! Oh man!
And yet, just when you least expect it, M'Baku comes to save the day.
So, okay.
I'm counting on God having a sense of humor for this.
At first, I thought you were going to say Spider-Ham. And I was like, because I heard swinging. And I was 1, 2, is that Spider-Ham? I think he's going with Spider-Ham. No, M'Baku. M'Baku shows up to save the day. Wow. You did it, Evan.
A humble package that turns out to be a game changer.
He can be. And sometimes, you know what? What happened when Mary and Joseph showed up at the farm or where?
Oh my gosh, there was no room at the inn. No room for M'Baku. Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Well, okay, not only did you nail your list, but you even improved mine.
Oh man, that's great. That is great stuff. Well, we did it, man. That was top 5 cards that...
Oh, but Jesse,
what?
It's not over yet.
Oh, but wait, there's more.
We've got a bonus top 5 and a special gift for you.
Oh my goodness. I'm excited. What is this?
The gift is I'm going to try to get us some more listens and downloads.
Oh my goodness, that would be a gift.
Because when you describe this episode, you'll have to mention this top 5. And you know who's pretty popular right now?
Tell me.
A young lady by the name of Taylor Swift.
She's Person of the Year.
She is Time's Person of the Year.
Wow.
And what does she have to do with Marvel Snap, you may ask?
Yeah, I actually am asking right now.
Well, Jesse, I would like to list to you the top 5 Snap cards and characters that I associate with Taylor Swift.
Oh, come on. This will be classic. I cannot wait to hear this.
And I enlisted the help of 2 of my favorite Swifties.
Oh, yeah?
My daughters.
Nice.
Who not only helped me vet this list, but helped me realize that there are more than 5.
There are more than 5.
But we're only going to do 5.
Okay.
Because you don't want to have too much of a good thing. Like I mentioned with Venom, you don't want to overdo it at the holidays.
That's right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 5 Taylor Swift songs and see if you, Jesse Starcher, can figure out which Marvel Snap card and character I'm associating them with.
Wow. Okay. All right. Now,
because I know you enjoy games.
I do. I absolutely love games. All right. So you're going to tell me the title?
And I'm going to give you a Taylor Swift song, and you are going to name the character who is in Marvel Snap. So just Beta Ray Bill hasn't come out yet, so all those Taylor Swift songs about Beta Ray Bill, the alien horse-looking Thor, just get those out of your mind.
Okay, done deal. All right.
Okay, number 5. Oh, and my youngest wants me to specify that all these should be considered Taylor's version.
Oh, well, I'm sure that matters to a lot of people. Other than me.
Okay, so just I'm not going to say that with everyone, but these are Taylor's version.
I know that matters actually because my daughter has told me what the big deal is with that. Okay, all right, I'm ready. Okay. I'm ready.
So number 5, Taylor Swift Snap song. I Forgot That You Existed.
Gosh, I feel like this is something that would erase a card somehow or destroy a card. Am I on the right track there?
No.
Okay, all right then. I forgot that you existed.
I'll be honest. Some of these are more directed toward the character than the card.
Okay,
I'm going to say they all are, but yeah. So some of them it has to do more with the character than the card. Because I think if we've demonstrated nothing else on this show, it's that I'm a lot more into the characters than I am the strategy.
Yes. Okay.
Not for lack of trying, but I know where my strengths lie.
So then it would be a character that hardly makes an appearance then sometimes. Is it going to be M'Baku?
No.
Okay.
It's not all about M'Baku, Jesse.
No, I just thought maybe that, all of a sudden he pops up out of nowhere. You're like, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot he existed. He was in my
okay.
He was in my deck. Well, I'm gonna have to tap out unless you can give me one more clue.
Well, you'd think it would be hard to forget someone with the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns.
Oh, yeah? Okay. All right. Is that Sunspot?
No, sorry.
1,000,000 exploding suns.
Have you ever read the original limited series called The Sentry?
Oh, The Sentry. Yes. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, so I know where you're going with this because he was essentially a character that supposedly had come back and existed for a long time, but no comics had been written about him prior to. It was like, hey, yeah, this guy's back. He's been here, or he's been gone for a long time. Well,
yeah.
We didn't know he existed.
The world forgot he existed. It was part of the story.
I get it. All right, that's a good one. And right now, I want you to do me a favor and explain what was this like explaining this to your kids? Were you like, okay, did they know already? Like, hey, what about this song? Or were you just picking out titles and being like, okay, that's perfect?
They were giving me songs, and I was coming up with the characters. Although they did, especially my oldest had a few thoughts on connections.
Okay.
But mainly, a lot of it, they both helped me, but a lot of it was my youngest just listing Taylor Swift songs and me going, wait, how about
this? Yeah, I can pull that together. I got you. All right, so number 5. Couldn't get number 5. All right, well, I'm 0 for 1 right now. Okay. What's the next one?
Number 4, it's me, Jesse. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
I'm the problem. It's me.
But the title of that song, that's just the chorus, and that's easy meme fodder. The title of that song, Anti-Hero.
Anti-Hero. I'm there's plenty of those to go around in Marvel Snap. First one that's going to come to my mind is the Punisher. In your mind, okay, all right.
That was it.
All right,
I think the Punisher, yeah, Wolverine. There's lots of guys who could have that title, Venom, things like that. But yeah, when I'm thinking Snap material, I think the Punisher, Jesse Stark.
I love it. They call me the street level starch.
There you go. All right.
That
wasn't the only one I thought of you with on this list, but this next one, this next one, Taylor's version is about 10 minutes long, so probably you'll have less time than that to come up with the answer.
Okay.
All Too Well.
All Too Well.
I'd have to see how deep your knowledge of Taylor Swift lore is for this one.
Well, that's about, I don't know, about 2 songs maybe, if that. All Too Well. So I'm not pulling anything together. The first thing that comes to my mind is The Watcher. That's not it. All Too Well. All right, I need something else.
Well, it's not even necessarily the words of this song. It's who this song is allegedly about.
Then this is Mysterio.
That's right.
Now see,
my kids and the internet confirmed to me that the basic understanding is that song is allegedly about Jake
Gyllenhaal. Correct. Right. Yeah, that's
who played Mysterio in Spider-Man Far From Home.
That's right. It's interesting because obviously my daughter is also a fan of Taylor Swift, and I didn't understand why she didn't like Jake Gyllenhaal for the longest time. It's like, what's your problem with this guy? He's a good actor. Oh, but boy, did things go down in Taylor Swift land with him. My goodness. Yes, okay.
She was also linked at one point to Tom Hiddleston, but I don't know if there was a song I could link to Loki.
That's right. She was. I remember that. All right. Well, okay. So I'm not going to take a point for that one because I couldn't get it right off the bat. I didn't know All Too Well.
All right. Next one, Jesse. Let's see if you can get this one. Taylor Swift had a song about a romance that didn't end well. She has several letters.
I was like, wait a second. That's her whole catalog.
This one, as I recall, how did I read about this? I think there was an interview in Entertainment Weekly. Anyway, Back to December.
Back to December. Okay. Well, I'm thinking cold. I'm thinking some frigid temperatures.
Oh, you're getting colder.
All right, that's good. I don't know if you mean that correctly or if I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah, go with the second one.
All right. So then Back to December. Gosh, I don't know, man. I need another clue.
Well, okay, you're thinking of December as a season, but December is
also a month. A month.
It's a month, and a month is a measure of
time.
Okay.
Calendar.
No, time.
Okay.
Okay, what's that first word?
Oh, are we talking Kang the Conqueror here?
Not quite.
Okay.
No. This was another one that I thought was, if you'll pardon the expression, tailor-made for you.
So it's somewhat time related.
I would give you partial credit for Kang.
Okay, all right.
I would give you partial credit for Kang, but I would have accepted Bishop or Cable.
Oh, yes. But why not? That is right in my wheelhouse.
And also, I don't want to be that guy who suggests parodies to Weird Al because he clearly doesn't need my help. But how did he not turn that into Back to the Future?
Oh, wow. How did he not?
Well, okay, now I went from unnecessarily suggesting parodies to questioning Weird Al. Weird Al, if you're listening to this episode of Snap Material like you do most, I'm sorry, I meant no disrespect.
If only.
Let the record show. Okay.
All right. I'm not doing so hot. Not doing so hot.
But Kang, I give you partial credit for that one.
Okay. All right. I'll take it.
If I had to accept that Cable or Bishop would work, then
yeah.
Kang's whole deal is time. Cable and Bishop are known for time and guns. So
that's true. It's true.
All right. Last but not least, Shake It Off.
Shake It Off. Oh, you thought of me. I know you thought of me when you made this one. You had to have, and if you didn't, I'm ashamed that you didn't. And that's Quake.
I did think of you, and I did think you would say Quake, but that's wrong.
Oh, no. What? How?
Well, yeah, Quake's the obvious choice.
I want to recount.
But Jesse, if Taylor Swift is a songwriter, she's a lyricist.
That's true.
And in the song Shake It Off is the line that makes it clear that this song is about Emma Frost.
Oh, okay. Wait. I don't know the lyrics, so you're gonna have to explain that to me.
Are you ready?
Yes.
When Taylor starts, is it technically rapping? She's not singing, spoken word.
Yeah.
She says, "My ex-man brought his new girlfriend."
Wow.
Cyclops cheated on Jean Grey with Emma Frost.
She says my ex-man?
Well, she means like
my ex-man.
According to my kids, it's EX-man.
Oh, come on. What?
Like, I wonder which one of the X-Men she's talking about. Yeah.
Oh, man.
They don't appreciate my dad jokes either.
Oh.
So, yeah, I did. I'm like, I told my kids, I'm like, number one's going to be Shake It Off, and Jesse's going to say Quake. But it's not.
Oh, well, daggone it. Well, I know for a fact that if I was given any other Taylor Swift quiz, I wouldn't have got any of them right. So I at least succeeded in my eyes on this one.
And you know what, Jesse? If once this episode drops, if the legion of Taylor Swift fans flock to the show and then start playing Marvel Snap, we might just have another list.
It's us
somewhere in the future.
Oh boy. Get ready. That is fantastic. Well, that was fun.
Speaking of unwanted Christmas gifts.
I love playing games. I love it. I know where I stand now, at least when it comes to Taylor Swift and Snap, and maybe I'll have to do some studying next time and listen to some Taylor Swift songs or something to be ready. I don't know. But all right. Well, I appreciate that gift. Absolutely. And let me just say happy holidays to you, Evan Bevins.
And a Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you, sir.
And that's not one of those passive-aggressive war on the holidays things. I just think that sometimes you mix up the greeting so you're not saying the same thing all the time.
That's right. And I honestly think it's a situation where I just want to say one thing and move on. Yes, man, this has been fun. This has been a lot of fun. And I appreciate, again, it's the gift of giving. You give me your time here to talk about Marvel Snap, and I absolutely 100% appreciate that. Let's go ahead and get into plugs, dude. What is going on at *51?
*51.blogspot.com. We're working our way through NFL Super Pro and highlighting some free comic book day offerings year round on Free Comic Friday. And just a little bit of everything with some off-the-wall comics. Hope to have a Christmas post or two out soon. And we'll see what sort of comic book weirdness we can get into in the new year.
Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this show right here, you're most likely listening to it through the Source Material Comics podcast feed. We have all sorts of shows on here, one of which is the Unspoken Issues podcast, where we talk about 90s comics. It's usually me and Evan, Chris Armstrong, Dean, Compton, Darryweight. We're all getting together. We're talking 90s comics. It's a lot of fun. So check that out if you get a chance. I think right around Christmas time, there is going to be a slew of holiday-themed episodes. When I say slew, probably about 3, where we talk about some holiday specials. We just recorded our discussion on the 1995 Batman Adventures holiday special, which apparently was made into a BTAS, which I just learned how to say that, by the way, Evan. I don't know if you're a BTAS fan. You ever heard of BTAS?
I have not.
Batman the Animated Series, apparently. Yeah,
okay.
Look out. So apparently they took that issue.
Apparently I'm not as hip to that as I am to Taylor Swift.
They took that issue and made it into a cartoon, or at least a few of the cartoons. So anyway, it was a lot of fun. So that was me, Derry, and Dean that talked about that. And you can hear Evan, Chris, and I talk about the Sleepwalker holiday special and just what kind of shenanigans Sleepwalker gets up to and how aggravated he gets when what'd you call him? His mind mate Rick gets a bad case of the belly hurts. That's right. You can check out our discussion on the Sleepwalker holiday special. And then, of course,
also find out how irritated Jesse Starcher gets when a holiday special doesn't have enough Christmas content for his liking.
That box was unchecked. And then, of course, yes, you could check out the Source Material Comics podcast as well, which Mark Radulich and I, see, this is another holiday-themed episode. Mark Radulich and I talked about Klaus, but I think that's pronounced Claus. Yeah, Grant Morrison's Claus, which that should air right around Christmas as well. And it was a good...
I'll look forward to that one. I read that a while back.
It was decent. It was actually a pretty decent book. So anyway, that's it. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. That's Evan Bevins. I'm Jesse Starcher. We'll talk to you soon. Tune in for the next episode, next month, next season of Snap Material. Have a good one. Bye-bye.